So let's get back into the program today. We're talking today about dating and about the fundamentals of dating and how you really, the best way. And here's the deal: the best way to enjoy the dating journey is to be in the place where you are. Quit trying to be somewhere you're not. Too many of us are thinking about that summit on the mountain. And we've got our eyes fixed on the summit, but we keep tripping all over ourselves because while we're staring at the summit, we're not looking at where we're placing our feet. And so we keep tripping all over ourselves. If we would just be in the place where we are, live in the place where we are, look at where your feet are in your journey. And, every once in a while, take a look at that summit, make sure you're headed in the right direction. But generally, you want to keep your eyes looking at the place where your feet are. Keep your eyes looking at the place where your feet are. And then, from that point, you can just say, look, I'm just going to take the next step. Because that's really all you need to focus on. Just focus on the next step. So once you focus on the next step, just take that step, and then you focus on the next step that comes after that. And you focus on the next step that comes after that. Focus on the next step that comes after that. And eventually, you will get to that summit. You'll be there on top, and you'll have success. And all the glory that attains thereto. So, that's where we're trying to get to. That is where we're trying to get to. So, how do we get there? Well, you got to have a good map. Like we were saying in the previous segment, got to have a good map. And, when you look at the dating journey map, you'll see that the dating journey has 5 stages. And for each of these stages, there's an agreement. So if you want to progress to that stage, you got to have the agreement that's associated with it. It's kind of like the agreement is sort of like the gateway. To get in, to that stage, you got to go in at the gate, and the gate is the agreement. So if you don't have the agreement, you don't go through the gate, you don't get in. It's really just that simple. And we all know where we are on the map. We all know what stage we're in because we all know what agreements we have and haven't made. So it's pretty simple. Once you know where you are, the next step is, okay, how do I get to the next step? It's like, just looking at the next step in front of you. And the next step in front of you is always, what is that next necessary agreement that I need to progress to the next stage of my dating journey? So if you look and you say, okay, I'm in the friendship stage. Well, the next essential, agreement that you need is for the casual dating stage, because casual dating comes after friendship. And the agreement for the casual dating stage is to go on a date. So your next step is to figure out, okay, how do I get a date? And once you get that date, then you can progress to the next stage, the casual dating stage. Now, funny thing about the casual dating stage is once a date's over, then so is the commitment to each of the different parties. So you actually end up going back automatically to the friendship stage. Once the date is over, you don't like stay in the casual dating stage. In order to stay in the casual dating stage, you've got to keep going out on dates. And not necessarily with the same person. That's the beautiful thing about casual dating, is that you can date multiple people. It's casual. There's no high level of commitment here. And this is what trips us up. Too often, guys are afraid to ask out a woman because they're attaching this huge commitment level to it. And, on the flip side of that coin, the ladies are afraid to say yes because they're attaching this huge commitment level to it. When you realize there's no huge commitment here, it's relatively low. Guys should be asking out lots of women, and women should be saying yes to lots of men. That's the way it should be. And the fact that it's not this way suggests, hey, we don't understand the fundamentals of what we're trying to do. And in fact, I know we don't understand the fundamentals of what we're trying to do because guess what? So many of us are frustrated with dating. So many of us think it's hard. Well, if you think something's hard, that's just an admission you don't understand the fundamentals of what you're trying to do. So go back and learn the fundamentals. Take a step back, learn the fundamentals, get an approach that's aligned with the fundamentals, and then try again. And you'll find that if you're aligned with fundamentals, things will be much easier and they'll be much more enjoyable. Much, much more enjoyable. So, that's where we need to be. Live in the place where you are. This is the great secret to enjoying your dating journey. Live in the place where you are. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. If you're in the casual dating stage, then be casual. It doesn't mean you're not serious about it. It just means you don't attach too much commitment to what's going on, because in the casual dating stage, there isn't a whole lot of commitment. Howdy peeps. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Join the Journey radio program. And if you did, be sure to click subscribe so you can get more clips in the future. And be sure to check out the Join the Journey radio program broadcast every Wednesday night on the Join the Journey radio network. Find more information at jointhejourneyradio.com.